He's even wrapped up one game, I think so. No, 2 games so far. But he has a small handful of positions where his opponents are putting up very strong resistance. And this is one of them. Gary's having a think because this is the sort of position that if you play a little bit casually with white, you can suddenly find yourself in trouble. That's an unusual move. I wouldn't have guessed he was going to do that. Bishop g5. It's going to be met by f6, I'm sure. It's a very strange looking move.
Yeah, I think the idea is actually to move it to h4, g3, and so he wouldn't be able to push the f5 because of the e5 pawn. So.
Yeah, we'll come back to that when we have the board in front of us. So yeah, Lydia, she made her sacrifice, and she's probably repenting ever since then. Very easy to give your pawns away. I prefer sacrificing my opponent's pieces. That's generally what I like to do. Take them all. Oh, I've got a feeling there might be a b5 break here. I can see something like that coming. There's a little tactical continuation. Or maybe bishop takes a6 and then b5. What do you think? Looks like something's going to, and then c6. Oh, I think.
Actually, like more bishop a6 and b5.
Bishop a6 and b5. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, I mean, black has played in a sensible way, but unfortunately, I think it's going to run into a tactical refutation. So they always talk about strategic understanding, but tactics decide most games, in my opinion. f5. Yeah, this is a correct move strategically. This is very good. Striking at the center, and yeah, excellent, excellent play. Gary's having a long think there. Bishop takes b6. Well, I don't think he's better at all in that position. No, I mean,
especially now the A file is going to be open.
Yeah. So there are, we've got a handful who are putting up very stern resistance.
Gary's probably thinking, what did you do to these kids in 1 year?
It's actually much better that the, you know, we've got more kids. And they are improving, there's no question about it. And they're really motivated for this event.
Yeah, from this simultaneous exhibition I gave, I've noted a lot of theoretical preparations, because they work on the openings.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely essential these days. Garry, he's actually got the worst position here, I'm sorry to say.
Especially maybe
Rook
G8 is
Rook
coming,
G8 is coming,
F5.
and F5, exactly. So
maybe the best move here is just to come back knight d2, because knight
d3. I mean, knight d2 is such a, I don't know. I mean, that's an admission that he's played the opening like an idiot. But actually, it's the sign of a strong play. I think he'll play knight e3 anyway. But rook g8 is a very good move, and then f5.
That's why I think knight d2 might be better, just simply to protect the king.
Yeah, I mean, if you talk about some of the really greats in chess history, Boris Spassky had that capacity you know, he could make a move
and
then
recognize
recognize he'd made a mistake, and he would just put it back. And most people can't do this because they make a bad move and they try and justify their bad move by continuing with the plan rather than just acknowledging, okay, I played like an idiot, now I'll try and rectify it. So there we are. There's got some analysis here. Yep. And Almira is suggesting that the knight should retreat from where it came to d2. The normal place to put it would be to put it on e3.
Then also knight on d2 also protects the e4 pawn.
It protects the e4 pawn, but the key thing about putting the knight on he's gone back. No, he's not. No, that's the analysis. Excuse me. That's I was getting carried away there. The key thing about putting the knight on d2 is it protects the e pawn, and it also protects the knight on f3. And we can see that black's ideas would be rook coming to g8 on the open file, and then that puts pressure all the way down towards g2 and black's and white's king on g1. I think this rook g8 is coming. Can we see what happened? If we go back to what happened, he put it. Yeah, he played. He acknowledged it. You see, that is an acknowledgement. He played a bad move, but he's smart enough to say, okay, I made a bad move. Now this is the best I've got available.
Yeah, but this is the sign of the great champion and of the great thinker.
It is. Yeah.
Probably one of the first lessons my parents taught me. You should always recognize the error, which is not very easy. And also try to limit the counterplay of your opponent, which knight d2 is aiming to do.
We've got some other games where there is still some fight, but perhaps not here. Oh, queen d7, that's an interesting move. That's a good move, actually. Oh, I like that. Excellent.
He doesn't have, like...
Excellent move.
Cannot reorganize his pieces.
Queen d7, well, that is a great move. I like that. That's... It looks a bit abnormal to put your queen there, but it's a temporary... It's a temporary inconvenience. Now we've moved into the analysis mode, and let's look at some continuation. Let's say white plays a natural move like rook e1. Can we just see that? Rook e1, putting a rook on the open file. Black will then play f5.
But there is a very strange move, bishop f6 possible, actually, I think.
Well, we'll see. We'll come on to that. No, I don't think so. It doesn't work.
Why not?
Takes.
Knight h4?
Queen g4.
Oh, yes.
Too much poker. Too much poker for you, Almira. No, never mind. We'll come on to that. So f5, the bishop retreats, let's say to c2. Let's say that would be a good place to put the bishop. And then e4, and black advances e4. And then you see those mobile pawns in the center, e4 and f5. E4 and f5. And black has a very dangerous initiative there. That can easily go very wrong for white. Also, that bishop is misplaced on g5. So we just that could be a target of attack with pawn coming up to h6 and that. So I don't think he's going to play. If we go back a few moves, we'll get back to the position. It probably isn't going to play rook e1. I just suggested the move as an indication. I think Gary's not happy at all here. I think he's going to put his bishop back. I think he's going to do something like put his bishop back on d2. That would be my guess. And just to give himself the option of putting his knight up on g5. So when it gets attacked, that would be a sort of a deeply prophylactic move. But I suspect that is the sort of thing that he's going to have to do. He could just move his bishop immediately. Yeah, that's... yeah, he's done that actually, but he'll probably have to do that sooner or later. Okay, what's going on here?
There are so many girls playing.
Yep. So it's very, very good, very encouraging. That's well, Almira, you can tell me there are quite big differences in the number of girls who play in different countries, aren't there?
Yeah, of course, and especially like in the Western Europe, chess is still not a part of an educational process, and girls used to stop after some time, and I hope that well, not only in Belgium but especially in France, chess would be introduced in the schools, so like this would help a lot for them to continue to have trainers. And also you don't have to forget that already at this age they all can compete for the title of world champions in their category.
That's correct.
And that's correct. Extremely rewarding. I remember myself when I was the world champion, like under 16, I thought it was nothing more beautiful.
Yeah, so I never won any world championship. Because in my day there were just two events. They had
and the juniors.
The junior and a cadet. And when I played in the World Junior Championship, at least the first time, I was up against Garry Kasparov. This guy is the bane of my life. I should have pushed him under a bus a long time ago. Oh, and perhaps I'm not supposed to advocate murder live on television, you know.
Yeah, but as you all know, this is the British humor. So we're used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's... Chris Peters in a bit of trouble in that game, basically dropping a pawn, and that's quite an important pawn. Oh, what's that? We got some proper game there. That's Martin Finkers with a perfectly acceptable, reasonable position. I hadn't even seen that game. Hopefully, at some point, we'll come back to that. So there's a lot more fight this year. I think. Oh gosh, no. Ah, b5. Oh no, please don't do that. You're attacking on the wrong side of the board. Karel, no, it's not the way to do it. Yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, but it's not so easy in chess. One also the biggest lessons you use is in life. You have to be consistent.
Yeah, I know what prompted that.
Bishop a4 threat.
Bishop a4 threat, which isn't a threat, but it was concern about bishop a4, and we'll come back to that at some point. And
usually the threat is more dangerous
yeah.
than its execution. So.
Yeah.
But I think Garry was actually relieved.
Oh, I'm sure he was immensely relieved to see that. It was Lydia just has a lousy position, basically. She just never recovered from this